Oh my goodness. Michelle, hey, how are you? I hope that everyone is keeping really well. Let me just find where the camera is. Sorry, a few minutes late. Just trying to get a few last minute things finished up here. So sorry about that. But thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly go into my laptop here. I'm using my laptop to open up the sort of like the control room they call it on YouTube so I can better see the comments because otherwise it's just kind of small on my phone because I'm using my cell phone to talk to you. Okay. Hey Michelle. I'm so excited you're here too. Thank you so much for being here. Quickly before we begin, Michelle, for you and maybe for anyone else who's watching, will you please let me know if you can. There she is. Hey Nicole, I'm so sorry I'm late. Yes, minor minor issues, but everything is fine. Okay, a quick question for you ladies watching. Quick question. May you please let me know in the chat if you can see me straight, if I'm appearing correctly, like not like, weird, if I'm actually showing up in the script, my video is showing up clearly, like properly. Because last time I did, made a total newbie mistake and it went portrait and I was, anyways. May you please let me know in the chat if you can see me okay and if I'm not like, if the screen isn't like crooked. Yeah, you're straight. Jennifer, hey, thanks so much for being here. That's amazing. Thank you for letting me know that I'm. Last time it was very, yeah, it was tilted. Looks fine to me. Oh, thank you, Nicole. Hey, Linda, how are you? Oh my gosh, hi. Thank you so much for all being here. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. Yeah, sorry I'm a few minutes late. Got a little bit behind there. So thank you so much for being here. This is another tech and live stream. I actually really enjoy this. It was really fun last time, and I totally just felt like it was the right thing to do was to go live again, and I really enjoyed it. So the chat is showing up on my phone. Maybe I can just turn that off, but it just shows up kind of tiny. That's why I like the laptop better. I can see more of what is happening in real time rather than squinting away. I'm very short sighted, so anything that's further away than 4 inches from my less than about 4 inches from my eyes is very blurry. That's why I'm sort of like, what was someone saying? So that's why I'm squinting because I can't see very well. Doing great. Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much for being here. How's the cell surface tonight? Linda made it last time here with one bar. The bar held out long enough for Linda to be here, long enough to say, hang out for a bit, which is awesome. So, Linda, do you have like more than one bar? Hey, Jennifer. Thanks so much for being here. This is amazing. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I've only done one live stream before now, and as you probably know, I've always been just doing uploads, like a pre-record tea leaf readings, and then I upload them. It was started off as doing weekly, and it was just not conducive for me, so I began doing it bi-weekly, and then I was doing that for a while, and then a couple weeks ago, I was like, let's just go live, and it's just easier for me, and I love doing it because it's more interactive, and we get to chat back and forth in real time, which is what I really prefer. Anyway, so thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. I really appreciate it. Wi-Fi is awesome. Oh, I know, that's so great. Oh, that's amazing. So again, thank you so much for taking time out and being here. I really appreciate it. And I really hope that you enjoy this tea leaf reading for this week. Always, it's for entertainment purposes only. Full disclaimer is always in the about section, always in the description box. But yes, entertainment purposes only. Take what you will, leave what you don't. I was doing bi-weekly tea leaf readings, and then but for now, since for right now I'm going to be doing it weekly, these are going to be for the foreseeable future anyway, general weekly readings for the week ahead, just to see what the universe would like us to know for the next 7 or so days, and we'll just sort of go from there and see what the universe would like us to know. So, please just let me know if you can. It sounds like you can all hear me. Please just give me a thumbs up or something if you can hear me and if I'm still appearing straight. That took some doing. I had to really figure that out. Just gonna get the tea ready here in the background. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Thanks for being here. Amazing. Okay. And yes, I know it's September. Oh, no, Nicole, thank you so much. Sound is good. Amazing. Amazing. I know it is the day that it is. I just don't want to say too many words in case it, alerts this platform to certain language. But I know that today is the day that it is. I did not want to go and do a tea leaf reading or any form of live or video without acknowledging that. I just for myself, I just felt like it was appropriate, like to live life. We're here. Let's continue making a positive difference. Life is for living. Let's get on with it and do it. So that's why I'm doing it today, out of complete respect for everyone. Just wanted to quickly mention that. Okay, so I have the leaves ready here. I'm just getting them ready right now. So I hope that your weekend was amazing. I'm just gonna get the leaves ready. Everyone, just as a quick recap, I know people read tea leaves differently. It's like any other oracle reading, any other divination tool reading. All the work that I do is for the boss, the divine source creator, whatever name or names you're comfortable with using. I'm simply relay I simply relay the messages that I'm seeing in the cup, and that's sort of what I do. So in terms of how I myself read, it's all chronologically based always. So the rim is the present situation, the sides are on the way, and the base is more of the distant future. So now, on the way, later, that's just how I myself do it. So in terms of this tea leaf reading, as with every reading, well, weekly readings anyway, the rim is representing today being Monday, the sides are as this week progresses, and the base is like Saturday, Sunday, maybe Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and heading into the following week, which I can't believe it's already September. That is just insane to me. But that is how I myself do tea leaf readings. Just swirling the leaves here and just asking for the universe to relay whatever the universe would like us to know for the greatest benefit of everyone involved. As a general weekly reading, some, none, or all of this reading may resonate with you, may make sense to you, and that's completely great. That's just sort of the way it is. It is a weekly reading, so it really is a take what you will, leave what you don't. Okay, and quickly, I was wondering, just as I'm getting the leaves ready here, for everyone watching, I'm not quite prepared to do it tonight, but I was wondering, what say you to maybe doing like this consistently on like a weekly basis? Yes, but also maybe taking audience questions. So like as of like next Monday, you can come and join in live stream if you're able to, and if would you like me to do like a quick general reading for you? I'm happy to do that. I'm so happy to do that. I actually would love to do that. So if you are interested in the future, like as of next Monday, which I think is the 18th, right? Next Monday's the 18th, I think, right? Yeah. So as of next Monday, what do you say? Would you like me to sort of do that, where you can just join in the chat and say, yes, please ask, please, do a quick tea leaf reading for me. And I'm happy to do that. It would be live. And I would not need to know what your question is. I prefer not to know if anyone's watching, which I know some of you are watching who have had a reading with me before. I prefer not to know. I don't want to know, because that way it keeps me objective. So if that sounds good, sounds fun, Jennifer. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Love those ideas. Oh, that's amazing. And let me just make my screen a little bit smaller. I had it really like enlarged on the computer so I can actually read it. I'm missing some things here because I made it too large. Sorry. Mercury retrograde issues. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, cool. Okay, let's do that then. So let's do that as of next Monday. So if you'd like to have a quick tea leaf reading next Monday night, to maybe just think of an area of your life. This is what I always say to my clients. Please think of an area of your life that you like to gain some insight into. Don't tell me what it is. Don't want to know. And just put that in the chat. Maybe next week, maybe put like something like question or something like that. And then I can get the leaves ready for you, and I can do a quick tea leaf reading impromptu. So you can have an idea of what's in the pike, coming down the pike for you. Yeah. Yay, cool. That's amazing. Oh, Linda, thank you. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, it makes me really happy because I would love to do that. Yay. Great. Awesome. Makes me feel like I'm, accomplishing and doing what I'm supposed to do. So that's good. Yay. I just wanted to ask you first before I went ahead and like, oh, put some questions in the chat, please. Gives us all a little bit of time to prepare. Okay, so I'm just getting the leaves here ready now. So I have them all in the base, or I have them all in the cup. Sorry, I'm a bit thirsty. All right, so I have the leaves here. I'm just checking for the consistency of them. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just straining some of the liquid tea out of the cup. So you always need the right combination of liquid versus actual tea. Too much or not enough of one or the other, and they all either will all fall out or they all stay in. So I'm just trying to get a nice combination of them both. Just need to strain a little bit more of the liquid out. Okay. So this process always takes just a couple minutes. I'm also using rooibos tea tonight. Usually, like for the past while, I've just been using regular black bag tea. But I have rooibos on hand, and I actually it's pretty much the only tea that I like. Cool. Dragonfly, you're back. Hey, thanks so much for being here. Aw, this is fun. I feel like I'm hanging out with you all. This is fun. And that's the whole point. We're all supposed to be, we're all one. We're all supposed to be united. And what some individuals or groups want is division. So we're going the opposite of that. Haha, aren't we clever? I love when you're both like all chatting amongst each other. I love it. We'll have to like get together when all is said and done, like when we can more freely travel. That'd be great. Like a little party or something. Okay, that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna strain a little bit more out, and then we're ready to go. So if you are new here, thank you so much for being here and for taking the time. It's exciting. Yeah, tea leaf reading is really cool. It's a divination tool. I've been doing this now for just over 13 years, but it's a very interesting divination tool. I find there's not too many tea leaf readers or people who do tea leaf reading publicly out there. But it's really fun. It's really interesting. No, you never, like I never see the same layout twice. It's never happened in my life. 1, 2, 3. So now that I've swirled the cup, put I'm using like a mug and saucer, a mug and side plate. You can't really see it right now, but I'm turning it around 3 times, clockwise, 3, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just let it drip dry just for a few seconds. This just allows any excess liquid to, obviously drain out of the cup and prevents it from pooling in the base and therefore changing or altering any of the images which are in the base, which is fine if it does. Just sort of prevents that from happening too much, that's all. Okay, just straining out a little bit more. This is always, preparing the cup is a little bit time consuming sometimes. So sorry about the wait here, just want to make sure I'm doing it, as well as I possibly can. I'm going to be posting pictures too of the tea leaves later after the reading on my community tab. It may take a few minutes for me to get there, but I will post them. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Sometimes I jokingly say, but it's true with rooibos tea, especially, I find it's like I'm self-sabotaging myself, but I say that very jokingly, but it's kind of true. The consistency of rooibos are like small, tiny little sticks, more or less. And they're great because they're much like regular black tea. They give a very, in my opinion anyway, in my experience, they give a very, very specific, a lot of details because of how they're formed. Makes it harder on me though. Okay. So let me just put this over here to the side. Okay, cool. I think I'm already caught up here. Perfect. Okay, ready? Let's start this tea leaf reading. Maybe get your pens and paper out or something and take notes if you like. You can always watch this later. Now that I don't have to fix the orientation in terms of like it being not sideways, I don't have to like re-upload this. It should go live fairly soon after we finish here tonight. Okay. So I always like to show you before I start reading. So you always get to see them before I do. These are the tea leaves. No 2 cups are ever the same. And just to reiterate, this is for entertainment purposes only. Take what you will and leave what you don't. For myself, in case you're not familiar with how I approach tea leaf reading, I've sort of given you a very quick rundown. The way that I describe it is, in my own experience, tea leaf reading describes the qualities and or characteristics of events or situations which are likely to occur. That's how I myself describe tea leaf reading. Okay, ready? Let's start. Make sure my ring light's turned up. It is perfect. Had a minor accident right before I went live. My whole ring light like collapsed. And I was like, oh no, but it's working. So thank God. Okay, now let's begin at the beginning. So for the second, for Monday, it appears as though, generally speaking, things are calm and clear and or quiet, and we're happy with that, and or we want things to get moving. Generally speaking. It does appear as though that is going to be changing imminently, as of right now. Things can always change, timelines change. Yeah, it's going to be changing imminently in a few different individual scenarios. Oh, if you want to get really detailed here, if you want to count them all, it's going to be, well, there's going to be several individual actions or aspects or events or situations or whatever word or words you are comfortable with using, whatever you want to say, really. But there's going to be individual situations taking place imminently, which are going to be changing that quietness to incredibly busy. Hey, Michelle. Aw, love you too. You like the calm. Can handle if it's change, if it's good. Well, yeah, it is good. From what I can see, it is good. We do have this one main event or situation, which is being presented right here, which is what I typically see. Whenever I do a TV reading, there's usually one main area or event or scenario that's being presented, and it looks sort of like this, where it's more like one line or one section. So we do have that, but it's also very interesting because here I go, typical Leo, go into teaching mode, because we do have this one situation or this one section here, and we also have this one other section here. It is all part of the one main event or situation. It's just that there's like two parts to it. It actually is comprising almost half of the cup. Sort of see, it's sort of taking almost half of the cup. So whatever this event or scenario is referring to, it's actually quite, very significant and taking place imminently as of right now, and will be continuing on throughout the week into the weekend. The one half is more things up in the air, being discussed, being decided upon, conversations, thoughts, ideas, whatever words you want to use there, but things are more up in the air. The other half is like things are more clarified. We know where we stand. There's absolutely surprises which are taking place, but at the same time, it's like sort of like where we are more aware of what is happening. We can more readily see things actually happening in front of us. We know where we stand, than not. But we have like these two scenarios, almost like a mirror. So we have, yes, we know where we stand, and yes, things are up in the air. What is extremely interesting about this is that there's actually a keyhole that connects them. I always get extremely, extremely excited. Even if it doesn't seem like it did, I really am, because whenever I see keyholes or keys, it just means to me that we have everything that we need to get the situation achieved, whatever the situation is being referred to. We just simply have to do it. So in other words, we have a keyhole. That means we have the key. We just have to put the key into the keyhole, turn it, and the door opens. So whatever this is referring to, especially I would say midweek, throughout Wednesday to Friday or so, it's like, a clarity moment where we're like, oh, okay, I sort of know what's happening. I just have to sort of take the initiative, manifest, whatever words you want to use, turn the key, and then we're all set to go. Deborah, hey! Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. Oh, thank you so much for being here. I love you all so much. Hugs to you all. Yes, with this keyhole, it just means that there's a lot taking place from Wednesday to Friday. And it really that connects these two situations. They're seemingly not connected, but they really are. But they're connected through this intention, this thought process, or this aspect that involves just making that change, opening that door. Now, what's interesting too is that as those situations are progressing, they both begin, very soon. I would say the next couple or so days, approximately, there's like a quietness that sort of connects them both that involves receiving very good things. There's also unconventional stability. In case you wonder what I mean by that, it just, for example, I use examples a lot. For example, you paint boxes, sell them online, and make money. It's unconventional, but it also gives you a sense of security. So it is, unique, but good. So we do have that kind of situation. This could very, well, if not very likely, involve property, house and home, location, moving, something along those lines. If so, it's not quite a time as of this moment in time for that to progress, but it is present, it's on the way, it's in process. That's good. Well, it's good for me. I always get happy when I see a house that's actually inverted upside down. It means, it may not be here yet, but it is in process. It is appearing. It is on the way. But there absolutely is unconventional stability in here. There's a possible Cancerian connection. So someone who's either that sign, like born in Cancer, the crab, late June to late July. I'm no astrologer, clearly, or numerologist, but it's either those qualities like house and home, healing emotions, intuition, those kinds of qualities, and or someone is that sign that is involved in that situation. Yeah, there could very well even be like two properties that are present that are being contemplated. One more, if that is the case, one is like more ready or readily available than the other one. But let's look quickly at this main event, like the one that is like more like, oh, where we know where we stand. Nicole, you were saying like, oh, I hope it's a good change. Well, there is a very, it looks like it starts off very well. There is quite a big happy face, looks positive. We're receiving very good things. Likely has connections with documents, paperwork, in some way, shape, or form that has a bearing or a reference to certain parts or aspects to it. If I had to say, quote, guess, I would say that there's likely two, if not three, pieces of paperwork or documents that are present, and that involves two different aspects specifically. Looks really good. There's a version of the number 5 for myself that just means change. That's just what it means to me. It may have a completely different meaning for you, so that's great. Letter S involved as well, person, place, or thing. This has to do with something about reading, researching, learning, maybe even working. There's someone looking at a laptop or a book, and it involves getting things clarified, tidied up, organized, something to that effect. That's all related to this research. So learning, working. There's a nice little surprise taking place. I say surprise. It's another way for me to say a surprise is we're not supposed to know what it is, but surprise is the same way of saying the same kind of thing, just a bit of a happier way of saying it, a lighter way of saying it. But there's a surprise at the beginning of this whole scenario. Letter E, person, place, or thing is involved. Has the qualities of nurturing, getting things organized regarding nurturing. Like a nurturing, a gentleness. Also, potentially creativity. Making new things, new creative projects, things along those lines. Version of the letter L. Person, place, or thing with the letter L in their name. Helpful, that's likely a person though. Helpful individual. Reassurance regarding this entire situation. Keep seeing documents. There may be some short-term travel, some travel that's involved in that scenario. But there is reassurance regarding that. It is likely a fast-paced moving situation, scenario. Again, we have this unconventional stability that keeps being shown in here. So it's good. I will take that. This involves a new beginning, though, too. This new beginning. Writing in some way. Again, oh, we have another happy face. There's definitely this sense of like things going well, the situation begins well, getting things organized, tidied up in whatever way, shape, or form that is. Letter C, person, place, or thing that's involved. This is a new beginning of some kind of new opportunity, and it's going, as of now, progressing very nicely. Forward movement that involves likely a man, someone who is a man that's involved in that situation. Ah, thank you, Nicole. Thank you for that definitely resonates. Thank you for the validation. I really appreciate that. And for everyone watching, if you want to chime in, if it makes sense to you, resonates, I would love to hear it. And if not, that's totally fine too. If you don't want to say anything, that's totally fine. Totally your call. I just love hearing validation. This is a happy scenario, though. It's sort of like a sideways happy. It's sort of like, oh well, yeah, this is fun. This is interesting. Is that kind of happy, like a cheeky happy, like oh here we go, kind of happy. Letter V, letter V involved. Yeah, there's almost like a cheeky happiness at the as the situation is progressing. Person, place, or thing with the letter D that is involved. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. It's okay. It's all good. Yeah, I sort of started a bit later than I intended, so sorry about that. But yeah, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Have a great night too, and hope that work goes really well. You can always watch this on replay later, whenever you want to. That's why I like doing the lives. Have a great night. Yeah, this involves a partnership in some way. Partnership that involves possibly the letter R and a document of some form. It's a yeah. There's some kind of celebration. On midweek, there is an aspect. Something happens where we're celebrating, we're joyousness, we're dancing, we're feeling good, we're feeling positive. Likely has an Aries and or Taurus connection. And things are moving quite quickly with that, and it involves yes, there's a partnership, a fairly overall there's a partnership. We may not actually see it at the time, but this all relates to a partnership. But individually, there's an aspect here that is a partnership specifically, and it has two parts to it, and it's there's two parts to it, and it's going quite quickly. It moves ahead very easily. We have reassurance as that progresses towards the latter half of this week. This sense of creativity. There's another bunny in here. So creativity, making new things, new creative projects, making new things, creativity, making new things. Person, place, or thing with the letter M that's involved actually has the letter I likely as well. This all, if anyone's watching, if this makes sense to you, there may be a pregnancy this week. If not that, then it's literally referring to making new things, creating something new. Thank you, Deborah. I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Power manifestation. Absolutely. Putting best foot forward, putting that out there. Absolutely. 100% agree. Moving on a little bit over here to the left. Yeah, there's the letter D again. There's someone with the letter D that's likely involved, likely a person. Yeah. If anything is organized. We also have a Scorpio, possible Scorpio connection. So this one of the letter D's actually has a Scorpio connection, I would say. So whether that is, I'm no astrologer, whether that is someone who literally is that sign and or the qualities and or characteristics of that sign are present. Possibly the letter A. I'm saying that in case it makes sense to you, and the letter C. It's going to be like, this is like all controlled chaos, essentially, from what I'm seeing. A lot happening all at once. So I would say any opportunity that we do have to pace ourselves would probably be a good idea. And it looks like as the situation does progress, we are able to sort of pace ourselves. But by around Thursday or so, it looks like it's less so. Someone who is, there's a significant individual, they may be a departed loved one or not. All that I can really say is they have a unique hairstyle and a prominent nose and prominent eyes. I know that may sound a little vague, but I can only say what I'm seeing, and I am seeing that. If that is a departed loved one, please know that they are making themselves known through here. And there's also a letter J that is related to them. If this is not a departed loved one, this is simply referring to the fact that there is a person with that description present, involved in a situation. This involves a new opportunity, a new beginning of some kind. And there's open communication between two individuals. Possibly some like short distance travel is being indicated. If not that, then there's like this action, momentum. Things are, going ahead and progressing very nicely. In that scenario, a new idea being presented around the latter part of this week, Thursday or so. It's a new opportunity. It's a new idea. It's a new opportunity. Bit of a surprise with it, though, but it is positive. Letters I and L, again, present in that situation. New partnership, new opportunity. It is a loving scenario. It is unique. Fast-paced movement, momentum. It's going ahead quite nicely, actually. Keep seeing like there's momentum, like things are progressing well throughout this entire scenario. And happiness. Sometimes it's cheeky happiness, but we'll take that too. Having fun. Towards the latter part of this scenario, this week we do have a number 4, which for myself anyway, this is what it just means to me. I'm no numerologist. 4 means stability and or the angels. And it's like a fortuitous new opportunity that's being contemplated or being presented. It's positive. It's good. Hey, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Is it Charlie? Charlie? I'm so sorry if I'm not saying your name right. Thank you so much for being here. That's really sweet of you. I'm very well, thank you. Hope that you're keeping well too. How are you? Thanks for being. Thank you so much for being here. Let's continue on. At this point in time, this main event or situation is flowing very nicely into the base. Shaylee, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Totally did not get your name right there at all. I tried. I'm so sorry. Oh, thanks so much for being here. That's amazing. Hope that you're enjoying this tea leaf reading. I'm just wrapping up in the next few minutes, but thank you so much for being here. Genuinely, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, you're very sweet. I don't think I did. I think you're being very nice to me, though. But thank you. For me, it's I'm Sarah with an H, so people will often like write my name and they'll say it like without an H, and I'm like, with an H. I can kind of relate. Okay, let's look and continue into the base. So specifically, the part of this main event where there's a lot of momentum, that's mainly what I've been looking at. The one that has like where we know where we kind of stand, things are a little bit more clear, still up in the air, but not really. That does continue into the base. The part that where things are more up in the air, not really being decided upon, as of right now, going forward, that does flow into the base. It does continue on, but it's the bulk. Like it really seems like it's really more related to this part where we sort of like where there's more action and activity happening. I actually love unicorns and fairies, and sunflowers are really sweet too. So thank you so much. So pretty. I love unicorns. So like Thursday, Friday, heading into the base, the weekend heading into next week. Let's see what we have here. We have this sense of forward. This seems to be the theme this week, not a theme. Well, it could be considered a theme, but the qualities of progressiveness, progression, moving forward. We're progressing. We're moving ahead. There's momentum, not really being held back. Things are moving ahead quite nicely, maybe even really quickly. I keep seeing references to that, and I'm seeing that again here. There's a beautiful horse with someone riding it, and it's flying into the base. Like it's really like charging into the base. Talking about unicorns. For me, horses mean many different things: life force, vitality, action, and going for what you want to have is totally one of those meanings. That's just what it means to me in terms of tea leaf reading specifically. But that's what I'm seeing. But keeping our thoughts very clear in terms of like, I think Deborah, didn't you mention manifesting? I think you did. Manifestation, yeah. So keeping our thoughts very clear and positive, like very clear what we want to have, I would say, moving into this weekend. Letter K and or C involved. possibly Y and or V, working with other people. And that heads us into the base. That situation does involve the letter E as well, person, place, or thing. Letter S and L, S and L. And a new opportunity. There's new opportunities that are being presented like at the end of this week, heading into the weekend. Approximately, depending on how you want to count them, approximately 5 to 6 opportunities being presented in that one scenario. Okay. Now we're looking in the base. Lovely partnership forming beautifully between two individuals. Happy faces abound. Nicole, you're like, oh, I hope it's like positive changes. I keep seeing happy faces. So let's take that as that's a very good sign. I keep seeing happy faces. Everything, like, good things around. A reminder that the angels are around us. I firmly believe that they are anyway, but there is a lovely angel in the base. You can take that however you want to. Whether this is indicating that the angels are present in a certain situation. I always say it's also a reminder that the angels are around us. We can ask them for help should we wish to. In my opinion, that's awesome. That is awesome. It's always good to see happy faces. Just looking here. As well as unconditional love, support, loyalty, and commitment. Happiness, dancing, joyousness. It looks like there's a few things happening this week, and like happiness seems to be one of them, and I will completely take it. That sounds great. Working with other people, though, unique partnerships. There are a few scenarios in here that we're really not supposed to know all the details about. I count approximately 1, 2. There are several of them. I would say approximately 5 or so of them. But you can see how full. I know there's a bit of liquid tea, but I'm holding the cup, so it's not going to be disturbing the other leaves there. You can see how full the base really is. So it looks like this weekend heading into next week is going to be quite busy. There's going to be sometimes parts to it where some aspects where things are fairly quiet. So if so, that's wonderful. We can use that time to hopefully possibly pace ourselves going forward. So we can have a balance between action and momentum and things, happening versus having some quiet time to better pace ourselves and be productive as possible. At the same time, however, there's a lot of action and speed and momentum. Things are really taking place during that time. So we will be quite busy. Things up in the air, and also really knowing where we stand with things as well. So clarity and also finding clarity. Okay, and just to wrap this up here. I love it. You ladies, you just talk amongst yourselves. It warms my heart. It really does. So cool when we can all get together. Unity is the key, I think. We can all just remember that we're really all one. Sheila, you're from Utah? You serious? That's cool. Ah. See, this is what I mean. This is amazing. We're using the internet for good things, and we can get together and share and be open-minded and communicative. It's the whole point. Ugh, unity. So say I, right? Okay, moving on. We do have abundance and prosperity as this situation flows into next week. Person, place, or thing with the letters E and or V that are present. Again, we have the letter L. There's more. I keep saying there's abundance and prosperity, small part, like abundance. Yes, there's a little bit of that this week, but it looks like it's really more next week heading into the fall, like this weekend heading into next week. That's where I'm really seeing it. So we'll see what happens as this week unfolds. Leading up to this weekend, in addition to that one main event that we've been looking at, House property keeps showing up. There may be a smaller one, a smaller house, or maybe one that you may have, or a property of some kind that maybe if you're looking for one you haven't really been looking at, and then it's present. There may be one that may not be like the ideal one, but it's ready to go. It could be that kind of scenario, and that does present itself around Thursday or so, approximately, of this week. Property is just being really, it looks like it's for some of you, if anyone watching it, there's looks like property is being discussed towards the latter half of this week. It does look positive though. It does look good. It does look positive. There's a helpful individual who has like a spiritual shamanic sacredness aspects to them, and this all has, or this could even be you yourself, and there's a new idea that's being contemplated or presented regarding that, that's connected to that entire scenario. It's also very loving and harmonious. We have a beautiful heart there, and that all helps to sort of bring together this one main event or situation. So it's like taking place, and in addition to that, we have several smaller individual events taking place the latter half of this week that leads to lead into the base. And I think I'm going to pretty much wrap it up there. We do have a letter J that's present in the base as well. There's also number 3 for myself. 3 is just me again working together. That's just what it means to me. The number 43, 43 specifically, may make sense to you. If so, wonderful. I'm just saying that in case it does. One last look. Oh, there's one last look. Letter M, a lot of letters. Letter M, again. Just looking at the chat really quickly, I can see you speaking. Kansas, that's amazing. Well, Shaylee, I'm so sorry. Oh, okay, that's good. Oh, well, that's good. Also, perfect. Oh, Linda, lake houses are amazing, aren't they? Oh, Shaylee, thank you so much for saying that. Deborah, I'm right with you. Right with you. Totally. Totally agree with you. I would say just as an overall reminder, a reminder that we do have this divine protection, this angelic support that is available, and just as a reminder for all of us to always ask for divine support. And also, we do have this unconditional love, support, loyalty, partnership, companionship that's present this weekend heading into next week. There's also the letter Y that's also present in that situation too. But it does look positive, and it's a beautiful partnership that's beginning to form as of right now. And partnerships. I think I'm going to leave it there. It looks like it's going to be a very intriguing week. Things up in the air, kind of knowing where we stand, kind of. And then once we get into this weekend, it's going to be like a full on, sort of like half of the scenario, but like that's it. That's all that's happening. So I really hope that you enjoyed this tea leaf reading. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to read the chat quickly, go back in here and look for a second. Hope that you enjoyed the reading. Oh my goodness. I love that you're all here. You're warming my heart. Okay. Michelle, love this. Oh, well, I love you. Linda, I'm right with you. 100%. It's all good. Shaylee, Canada is actually very beautiful. I will say that. I've lived here my entire life. So I've only lived in southwestern Ontario, but it is truly beautiful. It is. It is. French Canadian. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I visited Quebec once, and that was many years ago. I would love to visit again. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Nicole, yeah, that silver heart. Gotta love that silver heart. Deborah, you're French Canadian too, but you don't speak it. I only passed grade 10 French, and I really only took grade 10 French because I like the teacher. Did not do very well. I like it. I do enjoy speaking French. I'm just not very good at it. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for being here. I really love every single one of you. Shaylee, thank you so much. You are all of you are just making my night. I love that you are all here and that you took time out of your busy day to be here. No, it's a Monday night. I so appreciate you being here. Deborah, thank you so much. Definitely a lot. Yeah, there's definitely good things to look forward to for sure. Dragonfly, you're amazing. Thank you. Linda, thank you. Ladies, thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you enjoyed this tea leaf reading. I love every single one of you. I love you all. And I cannot express how grateful I am that you're here. So thank you so much. It seems like the lives are going well. I'm actually straight and not crooked. So that's a good thing. And yeah, so this will be posted as soon as possible. And I will take some pictures of the tea leaves and I'll put them over on my community tab. So you're welcome always to go over and look at them and just so you can have a visual reference. I always like to do that anyway for every client I have, so that way you can see as a reference, see what I was looking at too. So thank you so much. Jibber jabber. Taking care of grandkids. Well, you have beautiful grandchildren to take care of, and they have such an amazing grandma in you. So you should be very fortunate. They should be very fortunate. Count themselves very lucky that they have you. So I think you're both as blessed as each other. Grandkids are amazing. So thank you so much. I love you. So yes, let's do is what now since we're all on here really quickly. I just came on here because it was Monday night. I wanted to be consistent. Would you prefer next week we do Sunday or Monday? I could do afternoon, I can do evening. If you're all on here and you're still here, and you feel like chiming in, would you prefer our next live be our next visit? I don't like even saying live. I like to do like say like we're having a visit. So would you prefer Sunday or I was thinking Sunday or Monday? What do you think? Because I'm flexible. I can do either or. Next week. Yes, absolutely, Deborah. I'm going to be here next week regardless, so I'll be back on here Sunday or Monday. Oh, both Mondays are nice. Monday for me. Oh, Dragonfly, you're so sweet for saying that. Thank you so much. Monday for you, Deborah. So it sounds like the general consensus is either day is good, but we can totally aim for Monday again. So how about we aim for Monday evening again next week? How about we do that? Now it was I was going for 8 o'clock because different people are in different time zones. Monday visits, yeah. I was aiming for 8. It's 8 p.m. here Eastern time. I'm in Eastern time, so I thought 8 o'clock because that way it's sort of like still late afternoon, early evening or so in different time zones on our lovely continent, on our realm. So is Monday evening like 8ish okay? I can go earlier or later. I'm very flexible. Let's say you. 8 p.m. ish, okay? Eastern. We'll definitely do Monday again. I see hearts flying around. How do I give a heart? How do I do this? I did it. Did I? I don't know. It's not working. Huh, that's okay. Maybe I can't give hearts in the live chat. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm figuring this out. Monday 8. Monday 8. Okay, perfect. Oh, Shaylee, we both said perfect at the same time. That's cool. Awesome. Okay, so perfect. Let's aim for Monday, next Monday. That's September 18th. Mid-September already. So let's do that at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Jinx. Yeah, I know, right? Jinx. Cool. Okay, so let's aim again for Monday night, next Monday, September 18th at about 8 o'clock and Eastern time. And we will totally see each other then. And if you would like to, oh, what popped up? Sorry, it's popping up on my screen and over here. I'm trying to like figure out what I'm doing here. I'm still learning as I go. My second live stream. I'm trying to figure this all out on the go. So thank you for all of your patience and support while I figure this out. Thanks again. Oh, thank you, Nicole. Okay, so let's do that next Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern time at p.m. And if you would like me to do a quick impromptu reading for you, a quick tea leaf reading, look at the tea leaves really quickly. Maybe just again, think of a question. Think of an area of your life. What I say to my clients is please think of an area of your life that you would like to gain some insight into. Don't tell me what it is. Just think of something that you'd like to know a bit more about. Think about it. And then we'll figure it out. Maybe I was thinking maybe like next week, if you like to do that when we're ready, maybe put like question or something in the chat. Then I can pull quick tea leaves for all of you. I'll do my very best. I'm just figuring this all out, but we can totally do that. I would love to do that. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, I'm so excited. Something to look forward to. Have an amazing evening, everyone. Thanks for being here. I love all of you muchly. Let's give ourselves a minute to say hi and bye in the chat. I don't want to be like, okay, we're all done. Oh, visit's over. That's kind of like not nice. Aw, shitty. Quite lost. Hopefully not lost in what I was saying. Hopefully I was in my ramblingness. I was able to communicate what I'm trying to say here. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Hope I don't look. Hope I'm doing well here. I'm just figuring this out. I'm very much not. I'm sitting in the corner of my living room with a laptop and my cell phone, so I'm just figuring myself out as I go. So, oh my goodness, everyone. Okay, so let's aim for next Monday. Bring your ideas or your thoughts, a question that you'd like to ask. And even if you're not sure what to do, sometimes people ask me in the past, like the clients will say, "Oh, I don't know what to ask," and I just say, you can like leave it open. The universe, God, universe, source, light, love will always relay what we're meant to know at the time. That's my take anyway. So even if you don't know what to ask, maybe just a good general, whatever, most need to know question, that's totally fine. God's going to tell us what we need to know anyway, in my opinion. So, Deborah, thank you very much. I'm just like, I have no idea what I'm doing over here, but I'm doing my best. Thank you so much. Okay, well, ladies, thank you so much for being here. I love you all. You are all so amazing. And this was a really fun visit. And we had everywhere. We had people from Canada and from the States, our friends to the south of the border. So, well, the border that one day hopefully does, there's nothing that we have to contend with. But anyway, I love you all muchly. And I hope that you all have such an amazing evening. And this is a great visit. So let's aim again for next Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we'll see each other then. And until then, have an amazing week ahead. I'll post these pictures as soon as I can, and we'll have a great visit next week. Thanks so much for being here. I love you all. Have a great night. Bye.